Good morning and welcome back to Questioning Sense with me, Matt. I hope you guys are well. We've been experiencing some technical difficulties here, hence we've slowed up the videos, but hopefully we're over it and we can be back with another video. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the slightly divisive house of Mancera. I'm a big fan. A lot of people aren't. I think there's a lot of snobbery within the perfume community when it comes to Mancera. But for me, I don't really get involved in that. I think some people struggle with the synthetic aspects to some of the Manceras. I understand that, but I mean, ultimately, I'm all about nice perfume that smells great. I'm not a massive fan of all natural perfumery, although I appreciate it. What a perfume consists of in terms of the materials used has no bearing on whether I will buy it or enjoy it. I love Gaultieri's work, obviously uses lots of synthetics, but by the on the other hand, TRNP make all natural perfumes, and there's some amazing ones there. I'm a big fan of Sean Mayer, and he uses a high volume of naturals with synthetics. But ultimately, it's down to you. I personally would urge you to just judge a perfume by its smell, unless you're particularly hung up on only having natural perfumery, or for other reasons, if you're only ethical reasons, you're looking to buy sort of vegan, animal cruelty free, which I think we all should be, but the vegan sort of natural side of it, then that's fully I fully get that, and I respect you for that as well. But for me, as long as there's no animal cruelty in the perfume, then I am more than happy to buy a perfume that's made up of synthetics and what have you. So we're looking at an older Mancera from 2011 today. It's one that I've loved for a long time. Both Rich and I had samples of it a long time ago. Thoroughly enjoyed the samples. And thought, I'm going to get that. And then it just kind of drifted away from me. I think I found something else. And there's a world of perfumes out there for us to hunt and explore, and it fell to the back of the list. But it recently popped up at All Beauty, I think it was, for £60 for 120 mils. So I had to pounce on it, and here it is. The beautiful Aoud. Fantastic fragrance. And something that now this is where it's going to start getting a bit more challenging, because I want to make the case, very tongue-in-cheek actually, just for fun, that this is the best offering from Mancera. Certainly my favourite anyway. Now, I'm going to sound a little like Jeremy Clarkson as we go through some of the challenges that people say are the best from Mancera. So we'll go through those just for a bit of fun. And then I'll tell you why I think Aoud is my favourite, and then we'll talk a bit about the perfume and who it's good for. Okay, so why do I think Aoud is the best perfume from Mancera? Some might say that it's this one, Aoud Lemon Mint, and I understand the argument, but they'd be wrong. Some might say it's this one, original release, Black to Black. A very good perfume, but they would be wrong. Some might say it's the Aoud, a very good perfume, but they would be wrong. Some might say, including me actually, it's this one, Aoud exclusive, and they would only marginally be wrong. This is a fantastic perfume. I mean, they're all really good. This is just for fun, obviously. Some might say, and the most might say, that it's this one. Said right by saying, this is an old bottle. As you can see, I've hammered it, and I really rate this perfume. It's fantastic. It's not an Aventus clone. It's a lovely perfume in its own right. I understand there's been some problems with the magnetic ones, not the screw ones, in terms of performance, but this one performs admirably, and I really enjoy it. Some might say, and I think Rich will probably go with that one, it's this one, Red Tobacco. I appreciate Red Tobacco. I respect its power and I respect its longevity, but I can't wear this very often. It just does my head in. I think if it lasted for 3 hours, it would be fantastic, but it doesn't. It goes on forever, and I get a bit sick of it when I wear it. So I'm never going to put this as one of the best from the house. And then finally, on an outside punt, I know this one, Instant Crush. Some might say that this is the best from Mancera. And it's a really good fragrance, don't get me wrong, if you like that kind of intense BR540 with rose and stuff. Really sweet, really airy, very potent, and it's perfect for certain situations. But I don't think it's as wearable as some of the others. But it's a good one. So let's go back to the point in this video. And there is a point. let's talk about Sandalwood from Manceras. Now, as I say, it came out in 2011, and the notes are as follows. You have spices, you have blackcurrant, you have saffron, you have incense, you have rose, you have oud, you have patchouli, you have vanilla, and then you have white musks in the base. And what you get is absolutely divine. I love this stuff. I'll spray a little bit more now because there's so much about this that I like. It seems to be complimented from people that I've been around when I've worn it, especially my wife, which is strange because it's got oud, or their take on oud, in it, and my wife doesn't really like oudy fragrances at all, especially on me, because I overspray and I kind of fog the place out. But this is one that I can get away with, and she actually enjoys on me. She wouldn't wear it herself, but she thinks it's quite nice. So you have this kind of spicy opening. It's very... Oh, that was the red tobacco nearly went. You don't want that breaking in your house. I can tell you that your house will smell of it forever. So you have this spicy opening. It's kind of peppery and it's nice and it's quite exotic, but you get straight away that oud from the base comes up to the top, and it is slightly medicinal. And I know people have said it smells like Band-Aids or plasters, as we like to call them in the UK. And I get that. There is a kind of a little medicinal twang to it, which is really, really rather nice. It's not unpleasant. It's not too much. It just kind of sets the scene and introduces you to the oud. So it'd be a perfect sort of starter oud for someone that doesn't like the more challenging aspects of oud, as there are no challenging aspects here at all. Just a tiny, tiny bit of something medicinal. Saffron brings a sweetness, and that's really, really key to it. Now, the blackcurrant's interesting because it's quite sweet, but there's no real discernible fruitiness. So you don't go, oh, look, a lush, juicy blackcurrant, or some smashed up, like a blackcurrant compote or anything like that. You get a hint of something fruity, but it's not defined. I personally can't pick this out as black currant. I just think it's slightly fruity, which is really, really nice. Saffron, as I say, combines with the blackcurrant to bring some sweetness to it. Now, it does say there's incense and rose in here. I don't really get either. Possibly a little bit of the rose, maybe in the greener aspects of rose, but it's not a green fragrance at all. And I certainly wouldn't call this a rosy fragrance. If you look at, say, Black to Black, where the rose is thumping, it's a really, really noticeable rose. The rose is so subtle in this, it's barely even perceptible, so you can't really pick it out as a note. You've just got this kind of exotic sort of, I don't know, dry, sweet oudiness that's coming across, and the oud, the medicinal side of the oud fades quite fast as well. So you've got this sort of exotic plain. If you can imagine your mind looking at a savanna type thing, that's what I'm getting from this, but like not a savanna, but not quite a desert. I know that's a bit weird sounding. And as it starts to dry down, the vanilla does come in, but it's not sweet. It just gives a creaminess to stuff. The musk is important here because it makes everything rather airy. And then it becomes, to me, more of a dusty patchouli in the base. And it lasts and lasts and lasts. The performance on this is excellent. Now, I don't know if it's been reformulated or anything like that, but I've had this bottle about a month, so it's probably one of the later ones. I have noticed that it's a screw top, not magnetic. But performance-wise, this is superb. It has excellent projection. It has excellent and noticeable sillage and really, really good longevity. But it's not over the top. It's not like red tobacco. It doesn't thump out. It doesn't dominate too much. It makes you smell amazing for a long period of time. So you're not dominating rooms. You're in a lovely bubble of beautiful smells. So it's not too much in that respect. I think it probably leans more towards cooler weather, purely because it is a little spicy. It is a little thick, but it's not a heavy fragrance either. And it's just well put together. And this is why I reckon this is one of the best from the house. I mean, I can't claim it's the best, obviously, it's all for fun. But the reason why I think it is such it should be so highly rated is because the fragrance is so well blended. It's smooth. It's using some quite outlandish materials, but none of it smells overly synthetic. None of it's sharp. It doesn't screech at all. It's got powerful but soft projection. It's got a noticeable but soft sillage, so it's not jarring. There's, if you're one of these people that hates Manceras because they're screechy or they're loud, then this one is none of those things. This is a really sophisticated smelling perfume, and it's a really nice one to wear. So that is why, because all these other ones that I've mentioned today, I could find obvious faults in them. I can see why people don't like them. Possibly the only one that I can't is Aoud exclusive. So this and this for me are probably the best that I've tried from the house. And you know, there's obviously an awful lot coming out. They make a hell of a lot of perfumes, but what I like about these two in particular is that they're so smooth, they're so well blended, they're not jarring, there's nothing spiky, there's no screechiness to it. And I just actually prefer Aoud because I think it's more versatile and I can wear it in many more situations than I could wear the Aoud exclusive. So let's just have a look and see who would appreciate it, who could wear it, and where would be best to wear it. Well, firstly, I think Aoud is quite a masculine fragrance. I think the patch in the base with the creaminess from the vanilla and the lack of overall sweetness as the perfume dries down tends to me personally make it lean more masculine. But I think it is a completely unisex fragrance, and I think a woman will smell divine wearing it. It's a cracking frag, don't get me wrong, anyone can wear it. It probably won't appeal to the thrusters so much because of the lack of sweetness. You know, there's others in this collection that I would recommend more for the younger thruster, the younger fragrance enthusiast. You know, stuff that's a little bit more sweeter, or just stick to Cedrat Boise if you're younger. So I think it's unisex, but it does lean masculine. I think anyone can wear it. I think it may suit the more mature fragrance enthusiast a little bit more. Those of you that love Oud will enjoy this. Those of you that aren't used to Oud or are a bit, you know, have certain trepidation with Oud, this is a really good one to get your, you know, your Oud journey started, because although it is a synthetic smelling Oud, it's not unpleasant. As I say, just a tiny bit, a little medicinal hint to it, but very, very wearable. For me, I wear it to work. I wear it socially. I've worn it to the pub. I've worn it around to friends for dinner. I've worn it when we've been entertaining people here. So I think it can be worn anywhere. If you work in an office, you may need to, I don't even think you need to go light on the sprays, to be honest. I think it's so interesting. You know, it's not, there's nothing here that's horrible. There's nothing, as I mentioned earlier, there's nothing sharp. There's nothing that's going to grate with anyone. So I think it can be worn pretty much anywhere. And because it's a robust fragrance, you know that it will get you through a day. You know, you won't be looking to top it up or worrying that your performance, you know, your fragrance's performance has let you down. It's really, really good for all that. So I think it can be worn pretty much in any environment by pretty much anyone. I think it is probably going to shine more in cooler months. I think you can wear it in the winter, you can wear it in autumn, you wear it in the spring. I'll probably avoid it on a hot summer's day or even a hot evening. I think just that kind of, you know, DNA of a sort of a heavier fragrance might not be suitable for warmer weather. But I'll certainly try it when it gets hot for sure. But on a crisp spring morning, I've absolutely loved it. And I really enjoy wearing this one for work. So that's why, tongue-in-cheek, I think Aoud is the best from the house. Well, it's certainly the best from my collection, but I love them all. And no, you're not having any of them. So listen, I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's all a bit of fun. If you have got Aoud, please come back to us and let me know what you think of it. And we can have a little chat either here or on Instagram. So listen, many thanks for your time, and we shall see you on the next video. Cheers, thanks, and bye.